Good morning. It is Friday, August 8th. I'm Whitney Turner. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing at 10:30 in the morning, Mondays through Fridays. We do want to get started with a check of your first alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Granger. You were just saying it's a rinse and repeat from Thursday.
Basically, that is the story of the day, and it goes right on through the weekend as well. If you were with us yesterday morning, you saw pretty much this similar picture over Gatlinburg with the clouds. We're looking at 74 in Knoxville, 71 Gatlinburg, 73 Morristown, Kingston's at 73, as well as Crossville, and 76 for my friends in Inglewood. Looking at the radar and cloud track, we've had the clouds that have been building overhead, kind of giving way to a couple of raindrops here and there over the Smoky Mountains. You see this moving down Little River Road towards Townsend, and a storm that bubbled up and rained itself out over Kingston. The story of the day today. And we're up to 86 degrees by the 4 o'clock hour by the time all is said and done. 84 at 6 to 81 at 8 o'clock. Then by 10, I'll be in bed, but if you're still a night owl, 77 is where we are. And of course, through the day today, we'll rumble up a couple of storms here and there. Some heavy downpours, southern Knox County over to Alcoa and Maryville. Crossville, you'll be wet later on this afternoon. Some more storms fire up into that 2:30 hour, staying with us right on through 4:35, 6 before things die down into the evening hours. We're going to give you the timeline of the weekend and some storm opportunities in just a few minutes.
Kyle, thanks so much. Well, the AC is back on at McGee-Tyson Airport this morning, but a few flights are still canceled or delayed. Our Erin Rogers was at the airport today. She spoke to some passengers impacted by delays and cancellations.
Last night, we told you about some electrical issues that were happening right here at McGee-Tyson. Well, the good news is today when we walked through those doors, we did get hit with AC. That AC went out yesterday at about 1:40 p.m. along with the rest of the power here at the airport. Now, we're hearing from the airport spokesperson that it didn't come back on until about 12:30 a.m. So that was Friday morning. Now we're hearing from airport employees that were working this morning that they didn't even feel really the air until about 3 a.m. Now that has been aggravating. Airport officials did bring in water, food for passengers that were waiting, but those canceled and those delayed flights were the big problem for a lot of folks, really aggravating, trying to reorganize and rebook and redo everything like that. I actually spoke with some people here at the airport who were getting on those rebooked flights. We're trying to organize things. Two men that were headed to Montana to go fly fishing. They told me it's been a long process. Take a listen to what they had to say.
A notification at 9 p.m. saying your flight's been canceled. So we scurried and rebooked with United, and they got us on a flight at 9 o'clock this morning. We don't get a refund from American until 7 days. So yeah, a little frustrating to say the least.
Now they did tell me that they were able to rebook and everything like that. They were just waiting on that refund from American Airlines. They said that is where things got a little bit tricky. They said it might take some time, so that was a little frustrating, but they were just ready to get to Montana and get to fly fishing. I also reached out to the airport spokeswoman this morning, Becky Huckabee. Now she did tell me the issue is resolved and should not impact operations moving forward. That is in regard to the electrical issue. She also stressed when we spoke to her last night that this was just an electrical problem and did not relate to the safety of the airport or the aircrafts at all. Now, she wanted to make that abundantly clear, but things are looking up here for passengers. Lots of those flights that were canceled, not causing many more to be canceled so far. Today, we have seen a lot of flights be on time, so no further issues so far. We will keep you updated inside your WVLT News app. At McGee-Tyson Airport, Erin Rogers, WVLT News.
Well, it's the first day of school in Sevier County and Scott County. Kindergartners in Knox County also headed back to class. Tennessee Highway Patrol says they're doing everything they can to make sure students and staff are getting to school safely this year. They've inspected every school bus before it heads out on their route. And if they find something wrong, the bus cannot be used until it's safe for riders and people. THP says they will be on the roads, keeping an eye out for any drivers that disobey school bus traffic laws.
Last year, we inspected over 15,000 buses and conducted more than 1,500 spot checks. We checked brakes, lights, tires, emergency exits, anything that could put a child at risk. I'm asking Tennessee drivers to do their part. That means slowing down in school zones, putting the phone away, and never, under any circumstance, pass a stopped school bus.
They are warning you could be fined thousands of dollars if you're caught going around a school bus with its stop arm out. This is the first year of Tennessee's expanded school voucher program. 20,000 families getting nearly $7,300 to help pay for private school. But some parents say they've had issues applying. Many parents reported losing out on their vouchers due to technical problems. Some say they couldn't log in to the Department of Education's website. Others claimed the system misread required paperwork. The vouchers were first come, first served. A family says they applied the moment the window opened back in May, but weeks later they learned they didn't get into the program because their daughter's school missed a deadline.
Everyone I spoke with just sounds hollow and completely uninterested in the actual kids.
The Department of Education says they're collecting data from this year's rollout and looking into any reported issues. And new details today, a suspect accused of shooting 2 people in Athens is now in custody. Police say they found Carlos Quintana at a home in Bradley County. He is on your screen right now. Multiple agencies, including the ATF and U.S. Marshals, were involved in his arrest. Quintana is accused of killing 1 person and shooting a second near Tell and Howard Street in Athens. Officials say they've identified a second suspect whose name will be released at a later time. They are still looking for that suspect this morning. The current elected Knox County property assessor is now indicted by a Knox County grand jury on criminal charges. Court records show William Ballard was indicted on 1 count of official misconduct. He was booked into the Knox County jail yesterday morning and has now been released. Ballard was elected last year to a 4-year term after 2 previous terms as Knox County's assessor. We're going to follow this case for you. We'll let you know what happens. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says a wanted fugitive is in custody. Deputies helped U.S. Marshals arrest Michael Blackwell on Wednesday. They say he was hiding under a home on Old Highway 68 in Sweetwater. Several agencies were involved in this, including the Blount County Sheriff's Office and the 10th Judicial Drug Task Force. We're asking questions about why the suspect was on the run. As we get more details, we'll let you know right here.
Your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Granger.
And we do have some clouds moving over parts of the area this morning. You can see that from the Look Rock camera. We've seen this camera fluctuate at times, so you'll be in and out of some of the clouds, maybe even some of the fog that comes from some of the storms that are dropping some showers down over on the Foothills Parkway between Walland and Wares Valley, also known as the New Leg. 75 in Knoxville right now to 72 Pigeon Forge, 75 in Oak Ridge, Lenoir Cities at 76, Athens 77, Crossville 73. Good morning to Williamsburg at 75 as well as Greenville. Looking at a few raindrops coming down for parts of Claiborne County here this morning. We've had that storm bubble up. This is really the story of the day. We'll bubble up a couple of storms here or there, some heavy downpours at times, and those of you needing rain, just count yourself lucky if that gets over your house or your farm if it's needed over the farm. 86 for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when we add up to 20% coverage for you. The rest of the evening drops it back down to 10%. I think most of us stay dry today, but where it rains, we have the opportunity to see some of that heavy storm activity that gives the downpours in North Knox County 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, watching it through 4:30. Here's 5, 6, 7 o'clock when things start to die down, and a pretty calm evening is in store for us to get with that glass of iced tea, watching that sunset from your back porch. 87 for the afternoon in Knoxville to Pigeon Forge. Let me take you down to the south. 84 Sweetwater, 86 for Kingston to 85 in Loudon. Crossville checks in at 80 as well as Jamestown, Wartburg. 84 Jellicoe to Barberville, 86 Middlesboro, and 87 for Dandridge, 86 Newport, 84 Hartford, and the Sugarlands Visitor Center at 73. Grilling this evening, yeah, I'll take an extra hot dog and a hamburger, and what I don't have tonight, we can have it for breakfast in the morning. 81 for mostly sunny skies is where we are at 7. We get the stars out tonight, mostly to partly sunny sky, clear sky. It's not sunny at midnight, is it? Looking partly starry night with 69 degrees is where we are. And then for your Saturday, 81 at noon to 86 for that 5 o'clock hour. The low temperature trend creeps up here over next week, back into the low 70s by the time all is said and done. And that 8-day planning forecast, 10 to 20% coverage right on into the next 8 days. We only bumped that up to about scattered storm activity at 40% for Friday. So getting back into the 90s and isolated storms.
Kyle, thanks so much. Well, a new program at the Loudoun County Jail is making sure those in custody don't end up back in jail once they're released. The jail is allowing its inmates to learn valuable trade skills. Inmates have spent the past week getting hands-on experience in welding. It's all thanks to experts over at TCAT. Once the inmates finish the program, they'll be able to walk away with their welding certificate. Jail officials hope this will provide inmates with job opportunities when their sentence is over. Loudoun Deputy Chief of Corrections Dustin Langley says the program has paid off in a big way.
It's changed their mindset. It's given them a hope. You know, so when they leave here, they have something that they've earned on their own and nobody can take away.
The program doesn't cost taxpayers in Loudoun County a dime. It's a problem you might have seen driving around East Tennessee. Police say it's causing some people to get hurt. Through the first 7 months of this year, Morristown police say red light traffic has been very bad. Through the first 7 months, they've already handed out more than 100 citations, saying they responded to several crashes every month of the year. 18 people have been hurt because of this. Last year, someone died because of it. People are now hoping their fellow drivers will be safe.
That cause wrecks, and I've been in a wreck before. It's like people's trying to get people killed out here.
And I feel like people don't respect the stop sign or the red light. So I should be saying to those people that drive to the speed limit, and also like don't use the phone, because I see a lot of teenagers here all the time use the phone. That's not even safe.
If you're at an intersection, even if you're turning right on red, police say you need to make sure you completely stop before going forward. They say don't try to drive fast through the intersections either. Always be careful, saying no amount of made-up time is worth risking a life. A new poll shows Senator Marsha Blackburn is a front-runner in the race to become Tennessee's next governor. She announced Wednesday her bid for the spot. Senator Blackburn and Representative John Rose are set to face off to replace Governor Bill Lee in 2026. The Beacon ran a poll asking Tennesseans who they would support in the Republican primary for governor. 66% were in favor of Blackburn, 14% said Rose. And Senator Blackburn was just reelected to the Senate last year, and her term is set to run through the end of 2030. If she were to win the governor's race, her successor in the Senate would be appointed. Among those being speculated as a possible choice, Congressman Tim Burchett, who now represents parts of East Tennessee in the U.S. House. This is what he had to say about it yesterday.
She could resign her seat right before she's sworn in, take that oath of office, get sworn in Nashville, Tennessee at 12 noon, walk off the stage and make the appoint her successor. So it's kind of a crazy scenario. I mean, not crazy, it's just the way it is. Or she could win the primary and resign, and then Governor Bill Lee would make that appointment. But I would love the opportunity.
There's still a long way to go with all of this. The election is November of next year. If you want a family activity where you can also learn about your local government, the Knox County Neighborhood Resource Fair is happening tomorrow. You can learn ways to collaborate with local government agencies and nonprofits. There's going to be door prizes too, performances, activities for kids. It's all free. It'll be at World's Fair Exhibition Hall from 9 to 1.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
Our year-long celebration of America's 250th anniversary includes interesting facts about our region, Tennessee, and the country. Today, we're celebrating Tennessee Emancipation Day. On this date, in 1863, Andrew Johnson freed his slaves, which is why the day is recognized as Tennessee Emancipation Day. It's a time for regional celebrations in Tennessee and surrounding states for African-American communities. Johnson was the Tennessee military governor when he freed his slaves. He went on to become the 17th president of the United States. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. We hope you have a safe day, a wonderful weekend. You can always stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and as always on WVLT's social media pages. Have a good one.